Good morning, sis. Hey. I got an Uncrustable. I've got breakfast pizza. I've got this guy to my right staring at me. We're about to go get a Starbucks. I've got some work to do this morning, and while we're there, we're starting a new video. Okay. And then today, I think I am allowing myself to order some new Uggs for the season. Woo! New Uggs. We're gonna look cute, you and me and you. We're gonna look cute.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks.
Hi, can I get a grande iced coffee with no classic syrup, but caramel, please? I'm about to order the Uggs. We're gonna go ahead and do Tazlitas. They're ordered, yeah! I'm gonna give you a fit check. Maybe based on my fit check, you'll be able to have a little bit of an idea of what's to come this week. Okay, maybe you don't need a full fit check, but my shirt is serving. Ah, nay! Nay, bitch. This week on Chandler's channel, we are reading the Chestnut Springs series. Yeah! This is the only book that I have from the series so far, but I was very intrigued because it's on Kindle Unlimited. Slay. Major slay.
The rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter and stay out of trouble. And now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed and, well, rules are made to be broken.
These covers were going away so quickly. The next one, what is it, like Hopeless? I think it's Hopeless. Is that what it is? Let me just check the Heartless. Okay, so Heartless is next. I just ordered that. Went away August 1st, but I was able to find one that wouldn't deliver until the end of September. I don't mind as long as they match. I thought I'd update you. Now is a really good time to update you. It's so dark outside. It's been storming the whole day. Yesterday I got about 130 pages into the book and I switched to my Kindle. So right now we're looking at like 150 pages. I haven't been reading for very long today, but I do have a couple comments. So let's get into it. I love the characters already. I love the way that these characters are being written. I feel like I'm sitting in the room with them. I feel like real people. This feels like a story that's being told, which it is. But do you get what I'm saying? Rhett is a bull rider. Now, when his job is explained with details, I am consistently taken aback. How is this a job? Who thought, you know what? Bull riding, good idea. 2,000-pound bull. Sounds like a great idea. And then who else thought, you're right. And then who else thought, I'm gonna go watch that and I'm gonna love it. What? How did this become what it is? Men's stuff is just like so dangerous. It's like stressing me out a little bit, like how dangerous this is. And it isn't romantic because of how dangerous it is. It just probably spikes Summer's adrenaline whenever he like gets off and he's fine and she can just run up to him. Good thing that she's meeting him on the back end of his career, so he'll retire soon. I'm assuming. That's an assumption I'm making. Hey girl, what's up? I finished Flawless. Wow, can I just say, wow, wowza. Elsie Silver did that. Now, here's the thing about me that you may not know. I root for the underdog. Well, to a certain extent. I have a feeling that, you know, Red's kind of like Reese, you know? Front and center, and then all of these other characters are looked at as like side characters. That is where I gobble it up. So I know that Flawless is a lot of people's favorite. I did rate it 5 stars, but I'm excited to see Beau's story. Here's the thing, I'm not looking into the other books, so I'm not sure whose story's what. In what order do they come? I'm not sure. I don't know. So I'm really excited, but I will tell you right now, I'm really excited to see Beau's story. Nicely done, girl. Nicely done. Woo! Love the covers of these books. I love the chapter length. They're a little long, but I don't mind it because the pace, you know?
The pace is pacing.
They're on Kindle Unlimited. Love that. I'm obsessed with that. That's gorgeous. That's lovely. The spice was great. Came at the right time. The relationship is not built around spice. It just is the cherry on top, which we love that. We love that. I also love a guy that's obsessed with a girl. I love that. I love when they're obsessed with the woman. As you should, King. As you should. Now, these cowboys be cowboying, okay? And it's got me wanting to go to a town fair, a county fair, a state fair, any type of fair. Have you ever been to a town fair? One of my friends from high school used to show cattle. Let's just say I'm not so sure the boys in these books would show up there. I'm on chapter 7 of Heartless. I did start it this morning. I was gonna wait to talk to you, but I couldn't. I couldn't wait. It's not Beau's story, but that's okay. That's okay. When it comes to this type of series where it's not the same characters that you're following around, all the same family, friends, that kind of thing, and then you're following one brother, then the next brother, then the next brother, then the best friend. Sometimes I end up not liking some of the characters through the lens of other people, so I'm curious to see how this series is done. My hope for this video is that I get at least 3 done this week. We already have 1 and it's Tuesday. The second one is 466 pages, okay? Like I said, it goes by fast, but still, like, that's just daunting. As of now, only on 2, I think there's 5, or there's a 5th one coming out this year. Again, not paying as much attention to this one specifically, so that's why I'm loving the Chestnut Springs series. All the books so far, from what I can tell, are gonna be a different trope, a different relationship trope. So if you read the series, you're gonna get like different tropes, which I love. We love that. The first one was enemies to lovers, so they do it very well. I don't know if I'd say enemies to lovers. That's an interesting way to put it, but I can see where you're going with that. Elsie, your writing was so good, we're gonna let you off scot-free with that claim that it was enemies to lovers, but this one is the single dad trope. It's usually my least favorite, but I do love a really good grumpy sunshine pairing. Grump that has just a heart of gold. Okay, I'm watching my footage back from last week for a video that's gonna be, my flight just died, for a video that's gonna be going on this week. And I'm reviewing a book and I'm talking about, I tend to not like single dad tropes because then they use the kid as like a matchmaker. They don't think that way. I was thinking, oh my gosh, what if that happens in Heartless? Because it's a single dad trope. That's one thing I want to say very clear right now. I'm gonna have a hard time if that happens. Let's hope it doesn't, because in Heartless, the kid's even 5 years old. The kid's not gonna be able to see the true love in your eyes, you know what I mean? That's just like a trope that writers, you know, write off. Okay, to be honest with you, I was not going to record tonight because I haven't felt really good. Now I'm almost done with Heartless. I'm almost done with Heartless, book 2. I've almost cried 2 times. This is your sign that someone that I like very much respect, take her book recommendations all the time. I still will. Like, she didn't like book number 2 as much as number 1, and I am over here like almost in tears with like how much I'm loving this. And I'm just saying, even people that you respect sometimes, like, you might have a different opinion, and I'm over here like, this is the best one. Oh my, Elsie Silver writes cowboys so well, so well. And I feel like I have high standards. I had to rush inside to be like, oh my gosh. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna say there's men out there like that or whether I'm gonna say like they're fictional. So I'll forever live in books. I don't know. Damn! This is a good book. Why do we not like the single dad trope? Because I'm like, this is such a good book. Like the characters are so well written. Love it. I love the dynamic thing that like, for me is the age difference. How he's a lot older than her, like 11 years, I think, maybe 12 years. And for some people, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm just saying for me personally, I just like, not a fan of that. Here's what it is with the single dad trope is two things. The first thing about the single dad trope is the way that the child is written. Like mommy better with daddy. Like mommy feels so lonely without daddy. That's not just like the kids don't talk like that. They don't think like that. And that really, for some reason, that like irks me. Number two is how the significant other, the mom, if it's a single dad trope, the mom of the kid is usually framed as a bitch or someone that couldn't handle it or someone that was like, oh, the mom like just isn't for me. Like it's someone that we are told from the dad's perspective that we hate, not a good mom. And then if it's a single mom trope, it's like a deadbeat dad. And then the boyfriend, the love interest, if it's a single mom trope, usually ends up hitting the dad because they come to like one of the kids' things. As much as aspects of these books are kind of in the same ballpark as like the tropes that I just described, they're not as, how do you say, relevant to the rest of the story. Like the story's not hinging on those specific things. It does happen. That's one good thing about these books being like a little chunky. They're chunky boys. You know? There's a lot of fitting in there. It's really easy to attach yourself to them because you're learning so much about them. And usually I feel like it would thin out. You know, the story would thin out. But damn, Elsie Silver is so good at writing these country boys and just these books. Damn. I mean, and it just these moments are hitting me out of nowhere. Something just like casual's happening and then bam, I'm like, what? Excuse me, what? And I don't react that way. I don't react that way in romance books, in rom-coms. I literally do not react that way. This book has me in a fucking frenzy. Did I use that word right? This book has got me fucked up, okay? I'm not here for spoilers, but I will say, if you want to know what had me almost in tears right then and there, I'm on my Kindle, page 412. Oh, I was like, couldn't have been done better. Chef's kiss to you, Elsie Silver. Okay, let me finish this nosy. I have to finish this so I can tell you, I can read it. This came at the perfect time. I know that I don't have Heartless because it's supposed to get here at the end of September or something. You know what I do have now? Powerless. Wait.
What do we think this bitch is thinking about now? Like, what is she doing with these books?
Powerless looks bigger than Flawless. Powerless has less pages. At least that's what it says on the Kindle. I guess when I finish this one, I'm gonna check the book for more chapters. I literally have no idea how I'm balancing these books so well. Is that a hidden talent? But I'm doing this for my little thumbnail, which I'm sure you already saw. Alright, that was fun. Like I said, I started Powerless right after I finished Heartless last night. I was definitely in my feels last night finishing Heartless. We love that. Okay, there is a moment happening for Chestnut Springs, and I think that I'm still shocked. Like with ACOTAR, I was like, I knew the moment was happening. The only series I think that I've been this enamored in the whole time. No, that's not true. There's never been a romance series that I've been this enamored in. Like, my mind is on Chestnut Springs just as a whole going throughout my day. I could not have predicted that. Something that I'm realizing about this series, because it is romance, I'm able to pay closer attention to what's happening within just series in general, because most of the series that I really enjoy or even embark upon are fantasy series, so there's so much to pay attention to. The magic system, what type of beings are there? Some are witches, Greek gods, fairies, some involve dragons, so there's not as much to remember, pay attention to in terms of like the reality of the series when it comes to romance, because that's stuck in modern day. I'm able to pay more attention to how the tropes are different and how the tropes evolve throughout this series. That being said, the reason why I realized that was because Powerless is about a hockey player. Yes, a hockey player that comes from the ranch, but nonetheless not a cowboy in this one. I don't even know what to expect. It makes me, I'm coming back for more because it's something new, but in the same world. It has the same characters. But as my reading journey evolves, I think that I'll get to a place where it's okay for me to perceive characters outside of their story. And I think Summer and Rhett were done really well in Heartless from their first book. I didn't know Willa very well in Flawless, which she's the character in Heartless, the second book in the series. After I've been through this whole journey with her in Heartless, I'm perceiving her in Powerless through two different characters. And I'm just like, don't perceive her. After Powerless, I think I'm gonna call it quits. Halfway point within the series, I think. Is there 5 books? Is there 6 books? I know there's one coming out in October. So we're gonna finish this one and then I'll wrap it up. Powerless is my favorite color so far. I just like love the ballerina aesthetic. I love the ballerina dancer. The jewelry box ballerina is just so nostalgic to me, and it's so gorgeous, so beautiful. The concept is just so darling, and just like baby girl, I was so excited to read this book. Boy, was I disappointed when I realized this was the worst one. Elsie Silver slays. She slays with her writing. She's such a good writer. Absolutely one of my favorites now. I'm obsessed with Elsie Silver's writing. This one was just a miss to me. I was wondering, how are you going to take like a cowboy western romance series and then just add a hockey player and a ballerina from the city in? It just wasn't giving the same vibe that the others were giving. The only thing that remained constant, in my opinion, was the dad. Love the dad. Where's the fan fiction where Jasper gets his happy ending with Beau? I volunteer. I volunteer. I volunteer. Listen, girlies. I know that a lot of people love Jasper, and I understand that there's a hype for hockey romances out there. This is the first one that I've read, so I don't know. I could possibly adopt that aesthetic next week, for all that we know. I'm not sure, but currently, I truly think the whole time I was thinking Jasper loves Beau. I think that Jasper's toxic. I do. And I think that a lot of Jasper's toxic traits are wrapped in this part of himself. So let's just like release those toxic traits and give him his romance. Only find your own man, because I'm pretty sure right now in the series I'm in love with Beau. I think that Beau's my favorite. Hear me out. I haven't read Beau's yet. It hasn't come out yet. So I'm gonna save Reckless and Hopeless. I'm going to save Reckless to read right before Hopeless to kind of pregame Hopeless because it's Beau. And I hear Reckless is really good too. Theo! So currently right now, Cade Daddy is my favorite. I love Cade. I have not stopped thinking about him. In Heartless, these two have a moment. Jasper and Sloane, they have a moment. Jasper finds out that Sloane is now engaged, okay? And it's kind of setting the scene for Powerless. There is really well executed tension in that scene. Okay, there's a scene in that makes me be like, okay. The stage is being set for these two. I wonder what that's gonna be like. Like, okay, I feel something. I'm excited to read about it. So tell me why on page 117, I just wrote, I think I just highlighted something random and wrote, There was more tension and just give in the single scene in Heartless than there has been in the first 100 pages of this book. In the first 100 pages, I was like, am I reading the right thing? Throughout this book, I felt bad for Sloane, and Jasper never really had a redemption for me. Maybe in the last bit of the book, but for the majority of the book, like true majority of the book, he did not have a redemption for me. He just kept saying things. He kept putting his foot in his mouth. Even things that she would be like, you know, and like that you're supposed to swoon over. I was like, cut it off, girl. I just wanted to sit down with Sloane and be like, listen, whatever you want in this world, it's yours, okay? But he doesn't have to be what you want. Just because you've had this idea building of him ever since you were little doesn't mean he's gonna live up to that. And I worry for their future. I do. Jasper is a walking red flag to me, and he's the most dangerous kind because it's not in your face. Jasper's the most dangerous kind of red flag because it is not in your face. And people are saying like miscommunication trope, like 18 years of miscommunication. 18 years of miscommunication. 18 years of miscommunication. From the time that they started miscommunicating, she could have had a child, and by the time that they were supposedly done miscommunicating, the child could be a legal adult. 18 years. And she's just gonna crawl on back. Girl, I'm gonna keep an eye on her for the next 2 books. Bo's not the last one, is he? I can never have these books end. I love them. I'm gonna need to move there so that she can write one about me. I love a cowboy. There's nothing more to it. I love a cowboy. My Kindle is still bare, so I really want to order stickers. I saw there's one that's like in the shape of Cade Daddy. I'll put right here to show my appreciation for this series. And that's, you know, I'm obviously gonna start collecting stickers. That's what the Kindle girlies do. I'm wondering if I should wait until I read Reckless at least. There's also this gorgeous crew neck. It's the Chestnut Springs series, but it's about Theo and Reckless. Low-key, I'm hoping that I just fall absolutely head over heels for Theo. So that sweatshirt makes sense for me to get. Fall weather is right around the corner. Speaking of, at the beginning of the video, as you remember, we ordered Uggs. Well, they came in. Aren't they so gorgeous? These are so awesome, so gorgeous. I'm so glad that I got them. It's still really hot outside, so I'm gonna wait to wear them. I know that you can with like shorts and stuff, but I just like it just hasn't been the moment yet. But I'm so excited for these. By the time that Hopeless comes out and I'm reading Reckless, it will be time to wear these. All right, to wrap everything up, currently, Cade Daddy is love. I am not a fan of Jasper, and I'm keeping a very close eye on Sloane. I really enjoyed Flawless as well. It was a great introductory into the Chestnut Springs series. I am officially so in love, obsessed, and excited for Hopeless to come out and for the expansion of this great series. I love a good country cowboy series, don't you? Yeah, MJ does too. Me and MJ here are Buckle Bunnies. I rated Flawless and Heartless 5 stars, and then I rated Powerless 2.75 stars, all on GOODREADS. My GOODREADS is chandlermrichie. If you want to go ahead and follow, update my profile daily. One more thing, just the name of the 3rd book being Powerless makes so much sense to me. But I guess we all need a villain in our story, or else it's not as exciting in Jasper's mind. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you next time. Love ya.